Already.
Got
Already.
that, man.
Describe. Let's start from right there, man. We can always bring it from, start from right at the top, man. Like, describe the influence, the roster influence to Flatbush.
Well, the roster movement in Flatbush been heavy since the '80s, man. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
If anybody gonna keep it real, they gonna tell you that at one point in time, I mean, everybody in Flatbush thought they was a Jamaican, bro.
What time period we talking about?
We talking definitely from the mid '80s, early '90s. Everybody thought they was either a Jamaican or some kind of West Indian, bro. I don't care where you was from. You had an accent.
And you talking about just in Flatbush, or you talking about in Brooklyn and in New York City? Like,
I mean, being that we sticking to Flatbush right now, right?
That's a fact. But I know it was a roster influence as a whole, so I didn't know, you know what I mean, how far you was reaching.
Right, so we can even go all the way to the '90s.
Okay.
Because what a lot of people don't know is that from way back, my pops and my grandmother and aunts and all them, they lived on 96 between Winthrop and Clarkson.
That's my hood, so, right.
Back in the early '80s, mid '80s, the Jamaicans, the Rastas had that lock, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the Spanglers, Junglers, and all them out there. You going in the corner and you see the Rastas had it locked, bro. You know what I'm saying? So even from those times, and I had a couple cousins that was Rasta. So I just always, gravitated to the whole aura of a Rasta. And I've been saying Ja, Rastafari years and years and years, but I ain't know what the fuck I was saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Till years later, and I understood it was in me. You heard?
Definitely, it's foundational shit for you. Mikey, what up? Mikey Flatbush, what up? Man, chopping it up with my guy. So describe, because
Mikey,
we all Flatbush. A lot of us here is Flatbush, but we get a lot of feedback from a lot of people. Flatbush has reached out around the world, you know what I'm saying, from all different parts, man, and making this journey. We've been reaching out to a lot of people, and a lot of people speak about Flatbush. Describe what your childhood was like growing up in Flatbush to somebody who might not have ever been there.
Shit was real out there, bro, especially on and over there the whole Vanderbilt area. Shit was real. We was, go to back in the days, we was packing back and all that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You breaking up a little bit. You broke up a little bit. Say that again.
I said we can go way back to the days when we was packing bags. You know what I'm saying? Like scraping up our little money, getting our little bread together and all that, man. And shit was rough, man. Everybody, listen. We all listen. At the end of the day, if you was from the hood, nigga, you know what that white money look like.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know the food stamps, man.
Hell yeah, they come in the books. You get the books. So it sound like you was outside. For people use that term loosely, I was outside. I was outside. For somebody to say they was outside, like what was going on outside that they had to be outside, or what was going on outside when people say they was outside, or what should be?
I mean, outside was where everything was happening at, man. A lot of young dudes that I grew up with, man, we grew up way before our time, man. You heard, we was out in the streets. We was out in the streets, and we wasn't even supposed to really be out there, bro. We ain't had no business out there. You know what I mean? We talk about 10, 11, 12-year-olds right amongst the drug dealers and all that. We ain't had no business doing that, bro. But that's what we was doing, bro. And at the same time, we didn't realize we was actually learning some of their tricks and trades, bro.
What was some of the type of people that you looked up to in your time coming up? What were they into? What did they do? What did you aspire to do? What did they aspire you to do? Not telling you to do it, but just by watching the actions.
Or listen, everything. Listen, I come from a good family, right? And everybody was, you know, hardworking people doing what they gotta do. But I gravitated towards the drug dealers, the robbers, and the killers, man.
I got you.
You know, that's what those are the people that those were my heroes. My heroes should have been fathers, uncles, aunts, moms, everybody that was working, doing the right thing. But that wasn't it for me. The niggas with the jewelry on and all that, all the girls, the cars and all that. That's what I was that's what I was, the little kid in the cut watching that. You feel me?
Got you. Definitely understand. Definitely. I see a lot of STP going up. I was about to get to that. What is STP? Like I always see STP. I know, you know, I see STP from two different sides of Flatbush sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's make it clear.
When we talk about STP on the Vanderbilt side, that's the original. You know what I'm saying? And no knock to St. Paul's and all that, because I got love for Baby Junior and them dudes over there. You feel me? But STP, you know, that started. You know, Clay started that. You know, everybody know Clay the Barber, Clay and Cedric. You know, that was they started that because at the same time we all could have been VIP. You feel me? But the way Clay was thinking even back then was, nah, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do something, we gonna do our own thing. So he had that mindset from an early age. You feel me?
Copy.
So
Copy.
that STP started on the terrace in Vanderbilt. So a lot of people don't know that history of STP. You know what I'm saying? Clay is the one who started it, you know, and him and Cedric. And then it eventually went all over Brownsville, East New York, you know, different Crown Heights, different places and everything.
What are some
and we,
of
you
the
know, we started making our own noise.
You got to. At that time, it was other crews that you had to make noise. You had to make noise. What were some of the other crews that you could think of off the top of your head, maybe from Flatbush, definitely, and, you know, from all over that was making noise?
I mean, you know, like I said, we from that side. So like I said, STP started in Viet. So of course you're gonna talk about
what years you talking about, to be clear. What years, first of all, not to cut you, pardon self.
That's in the STP started late 80s, bro. You know, but when you talk about the whole Vanderbilt area, you're talking about VIP, you're talking about the Terrace family, you're talking about the Payheads. You understand what I'm saying? You're talking about, we can go back to the Gremlins. You know what I'm saying? You could go. You can talk about FPK. You can talk about MGP.
MGP.
That's the mean guy posse. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You talk about Rushy Rush. That's Rushy Rush over there. Argyle and fucking you talk about SMP over there on East 19th tennis court.
Yeah.
Like let's look at the word posse, crew, and gang. Like what's the difference?
Break it down.
You know what I'm saying? There's no real difference. So this is why when you see the way things are now, you can't really knock people for what they're doing. It's just that we did it in a different way.
Copy. But let me ask you this, because in the way that it was done in our time, it was more or less, like you said, it started off on a certain court, or it started off on a certain block. If you could say FPK started here amongst brothers, amongst brethren. When did that change where it just was like, we're going to just pick two sides and flip a coin, or however that works? Or like, what did you think, where did that transition into the game at? Did something like shift to make that happen?
To make what happen? Say that again?
just the whole shift. You see so many big gangs, but now it's only
Yeah,
like, almost like certain gang cultures is prominent
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Where did that change? Where did you see that change happening? That shift?
I mean, it was gone a long time, so you know, I kind of like missed. I know what was going on inside. I don't know about how it came out here. So
But at the
it
same
was like
time, though,
here.
in the inside, you had a first-hand look on the transition. You could see from at first, when you
Yeah.
first went up. What year we talking? When you first went up, there's probably a difference in the
I mean,
in the jail system.
when I went in and when I went in '93, you know what I'm saying? That's when the whole New York blood shit started.
Copy.
Like I was literally there when it started. I just chose not to get down.
Copy.
But I respected the movement because what it was about the oppression part. So I got down with them as far as like what the movement was, but I never made an oath.
I got you.
So when you seen a bunch of you saw it on the news or whatever, little kids going out in the streets cutting old ladies and all that, that was violation right there. Because they was never given the order to do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Definitely.
when the little kids started cutting old people and doing all that, that's when the politicians and the government got involved.
In your time with the crews, what was the crews more about?
It was about the same thing, really, unity. Because if you could talk about like I said, when I used to live in the '90s, remember me and you spoke about you. I didn't even know you be in the studio in '96.
Yes, that's my people's over there. Track World.
Whose studio was that?
That's Slim. That's some shit. That's Track World down there. That's that's Track World. That's Track World.
That's like family. Big Rick.
Big Rick. Yep.
Right.
Yes, sir.
That's family. Big Rick from '96 between Winthrop and Clarkson.
Clarkson.
He was like a big homie to me since I was a kid. So there's always been, as far as the crews and all that, unity was always at the forefront. But when that shift changed, right? Like I said, I was inside.
Copy.
I never thought that it would be the way it is right now.
Yeah. What you saw different?
What I saw different is that there's nothing but division with that shit, man.
It created more division than unity, you think?
Yeah. You ever heard set tripping?
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, definitely.
That's all you see, bro.
Yeah.
There's no every crew, it used to be like a bond, a brotherhood. Now what you got? You got division amongst the ranks. People can't even trust each other, bro.
Yeah. I mean, in times, in passing, and interviews, and in my travels, and definitely in this journey with the documentary, you know, when your name comes up, I hear a lot of brothers talk about, and different brothers talking about squash and beefs and different things like that. You know, so your name definitely rings bells with unity. And what was that like on the other side with Flatbush? How was Flatbush unified? You know, up north, was it Flatbush unified? How was that?
I mean, definitely, man. We could go to the FPK STP beef that went on for years. You know, when we had drama, when FPK and STP was going at it, there was a lot of bloodshed, bro. You know what I'm saying? People got touched. So what a lot of people don't know is that if you beefing with somebody in the street, when you go in the system, that shit don't stop. It continues. That's what a lot of the young dudes don't realize. You get in the beef in the street, and what you think that when you go to jail, it stop? No, people waiting for you, bro.
But was Flatbush able to put it to the side?
Flatbush definitely was able to put it to the side. I bumped heads with a lot of FPK dudes, and we spoke like men.
Big shout out to my guy
Me,
Mikey, man. Big shout out to Red, man. Big shout out to the whole crew, man.
me and Red was on the island. You know what I'm saying? Little Red from FPK. You know what I'm saying? One of the originals. We was on Rikers Island together. And I gained a lot of respect for him on the island. You know why? Because he was repping. Because he was repping. That's why.
That's
a lot of dudes, when you was talking to a lot of people on the phone, yeah, I'm on the island. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Then when you go to the island, they're in PC. They wasn't doing what they were saying they was doing. But Red was one of them people that I seen, I was there with him, that he was holding his own. So he gained my respect.
Yes,
you know, and then Mikey and Morty and them, we up north together. Dudes talk like men and let that shit go. Yo, it's a Flatbush thing. This is how we move and we together. Because what people don't know about us is that there was a point in time, FPK, STP, VRP, we controlled the junction.
That's a fact. Talk about it. What time we talking? What time period we talking?
We talking, I would say, maybe 88, 89 in that range, bro. We was all in junction when they used to have Baskin Robbins over there on the corner. We basically met up there every day at 2 o'clock.
That was definitely prime time.
You know, when the special started coming in, Chief said, "Babe, got all the girls coming on. You got Carol and all them getting off the bus, Ebony and Jillian and all them getting off the special."
Definitely. Madison,
you know, we all went there, you know what I'm saying?
Midwood. What school did you go to?
Junior high?
Junior high and high school.
All right, junior high, like most of the people from there and all that in that area over there, they went to Royish Man, Marine Park, Huddy, Shell Bank and all that. I went to Whitman.
So you went to the other side.
So I went to the other side. This is how I was able to meet people and get to know people from the other side, ocean and all that, region and everything.
Okay,
I went to school with them.
Right. I see you had a
Whitman was real though.
I see you had an incident. I see you had an instance where you had cross paths with Princess, rest in peace, and on the island. That sound like a real Flatbush moment.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, one day I was going to court, cause back then, you know, before I went up, you know, me and a lot of dudes I was with on the island, we all was in the bring together. So we used to have weed, right? We used to bring weed to court with us, bro, from Rikers to court and smoke in the court pens. Cause you know why? We knew we were going to prison. We knew we wasn't going home no time soon. So we didn't care. So we would literally bring weed to court from Rikers to court and smoke in the pen. And we didn't care if the COs would come and say something, the court officers. So one day, when we was in the pen in the Supreme Court, Princess came, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, Princess, yo, where am? Flatbush, where am? So she was like, yo, me there. So I was like, yo, I said, listen, what's good? Everything I said, yo, nah, I'm stressed out. I got something for your head. So then I put some shit together, and the female pen, I put it and I ball it and I threw it in the female pen, so she could smoke her little weed and all. But me and Princess go way back from junior high school together. We went to Whitman together.
I was about to say, I assume that was probably a Whitman connection somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Whitman. And what about high school?
I went to Utrecht first.
That's a hike. That's a hike from the bush.
Yeah, so you know, when I went to Utrecht, that's white boy neighborhood. That's the racism. That's,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You dealing with the Italians back then. You know, yeah. when they see you, they got chains and bats and shit like that. So we was always heavy though. You know, we was deep in there. Flatbush was heavy in Utrecht though. You heard?
Definitely.
There was a lot of us, motherfucking. You had Demas, rest in peace. You had fucking Barrett.
Well,
you know Barrett.
I ain't know Demas and Barrett went to
yeah.
I ain't know that.
You had Sharif, rest in peace. You had fucking Cooley, you know what I'm saying? Cooley Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
That you always hear about. That's up north, Cooley.
Right,
UK.
Right. UK, yeah.
Yeah, we had you in the smash. The two twins, red pill, blue pill.
Yes, definitely.
Paul and Phillip. Yeah, that was our crew. We had it locked, bro. We had you in the smash.
That's what's up. I didn't know that.
Can't nobody dispute that. But I didn't last there the whole year. I got kicked out and I went to I punched the principal in the face and they sent me to Erasmus. Erasmus was like, oh no.
I was about to say, did that make a shift for the better, for the worse, or what?
I mean, for me, it was just like a big Walt Whitman to me, bro.
That's a fact. It's right there. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's right down the block.
Yeah, it's right there. Whitman is on Veronica, right?
Yeah, Veronica Place.